Hello everybody, today I'll be showcasing the MangaCleaner application version 3.2.0. I will show you what the application does and how to use it. This application is made to help manga or comic book or manhwa cleaners do their job faster by utilizing the help of AI to clean pages. Basically, this application runs a local model. It doesn't send any data to the cloud, to the internet. It all happens on your computer. And today I'll be showcasing you the tools and the functionality of the application. So first of all, let's import some images. You need to press on the import folder button and then navigate to the folder with images that you need to do. For example, this. As you can see, the images are displayed here in the list of project assets. I've got a few images prepared here beforehand just to showcase the functionality of the tool. You can navigate the page the same way you do in Photoshop. You hold Alt and with the mouse wheel it helps you zoom in and out. You can also press spacebar to move, like here as you can see panning. It's just basic Photoshop movements. To select an area, we've got a lot of tools here at our disposal, and the main one, let's start with the brush tool. The brush tool is regular Photoshop brush tool. It remembers the previous position, so you can press shift and then click and it draws a line just like in Photoshop. And there are other tools. For example, you can select with a rectangle, you can select with a lasso, you can select with the polygon tool, and there's also the bucket tool, which is really helpful. For example, if you have selected a circular area and you need the stuff in the middle, you can just click with the bucket and it's filled in. But also all of those tools have an eraser equivalent. So for example, there's a simple eraser, but if you use other tools and you hold Alt, you can see that the color is changing and now it acts like an eraser. Same for the rectangle tool. You can see the color becomes cyan and it acts like an eraser. Same for the lasso, same for the polygon tool, and also same for the bucket. So for example, if you have an area selected here that you don't want selected, you hold Alt, you click and it's gone. Also, this tool comes with a built-in OCR scan to select text automatically. Note, however, that it overrides the existing mask, which is red, by a blue one that is automatic for selecting English, Chinese, Japanese, and I think Korean text. Check this out in the README. I'll be linking the repository for downloading the app in the description. But basically, as you can see, it selects text automatically, and you can modify this mask yourself yet again by selecting other tools and drawing and painting. And if you forgot how to use any of these, you can click on the question mark button and it has all of these shortcuts here at your display. Also, this application comes with a built-in way to select all the transparent areas. So for example, right here I have the same image, but let's say you don't like using this application in particular. Let's say you're more comfortable using Photoshop or GIMP or whatever else, and you can deselect and erase all the areas that you want cleaned there and just import the PNG with the transparent background. You can just press transparency scan, and after a short second, all of the transparent areas are selected. If I click back on the previous page, you can see that my area is kept. So the application saves your current progress on any of the given pages. For example, let's draw some lines here. Let's draw them here. As you can see, the purple circle here means the application notices that you've modified a mask on an image. And the most powerful utility of this application comes in the form of the Run Batch Process button. So if you click here, you can see that we have two options. We have a scan mode and an export format. Scan mode means what the application is going to do to your pages. So the none option means that it's not going to do anything to your page. This is for when you're done working with your pages and you don't want to do any changes and you just want to export them as they are. You choose the none option. Mask is for working with a mask that you have selected manually, the mask that you see on the screen. OCR scan goes through all the pages. It performs the OCR scan automatically and then performs an action, and transparency is the same. it also performs automatic scan and then export. Now the export format is more interesting because first of all, there's the none option, which is for if you want to perform an action on the pages, but you still want to keep working with them in the application itself. You can also export images as PNG or JPEG, or you can export them to another application of your choice. We've got Photoshop and Photopea supported here. Photoshop is for Windows only, and Photopea is an application in the browser. It's free. It works on both Windows and Linux, so you can choose whatever out of these you like. You can also see here on the side the checkboxes, which will say which pages you want the batch process to process. By default, if you don't have anything selected, it's gonna select all of them. But let's say I just want to have these two images processed. So I'm gonna click both of them. I'm gonna run the batch process. I'm gonna choose the scan option to mask because I already have selected some areas manually, and I'm gonna export to none. When I click OK, it's gonna perform execute clean on both of these pages one by one, as you can see here, and it locks the page. So while the pages are being performed an action on, you cannot edit the mask. You can still navigate around, you can still click buttons. One second. You can still navigate around, but you can't edit the mask. So if I pick the brush, you can't draw, eraser can't draw, lasso can't do anything. But these two images I haven't selected, so they're not locked, and I can still work with them. By the way, if you hold Alt and you drag the right mouse button, you can dynamically scale the brush size just like you do in Photoshop. I'll cut to the moment when the model finishes working on the page just to see how it does. As you can see, all the selected pages have been processed, and the application shows us that by showing these green icons here at the top. So as you can see, the areas that we have selected have been painted over, and you can't even say where was the initial place. Like, AI is really good for in painting small areas, and even big areas. It's a great first step. And now I'll showcase the export options in action. So first of all, let's save the images as PNG. And as you can see, it saves them at this address. It's the same address where the application is installed. It creates a processed folder, and in there you can see all the pages that you have edited. And also I will showcase the Photopea option just because I think it's very cool. It's gonna open the browser by default, and as you can see, we have both of our pages exported to here, and we have two layers before and after the action was done. So as you can see, this is some quality work right here. It's not perfect. If you have a keen eye and if you can draw really well, you will do changes still, but it's gonna be saving you a lot of time here. So this is it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.